I wonder when the new engine will get here. I hear he looks pretty good. Well, it better be worth the money. Of course it is. Why else did you think our Trackmaster would buy it? Oh wait, I can see the new engine. He's coming right now. Look at this dude. He's got a taller cab, molded whistle, white running board, and a great face. Welcome, 80th anniversary, Thomas. Hello, guys, and welcome back to I Love Trackmaster. Today we're going to be reviewing the 2025 80th anniversary Thomas. So now, first I just want to look at the shape. Man, the shape is immensely accurate. Not only is it shortened, we got a taller cab, and I do like some other stuff, but I'll talk about that later. But first, I just want to show you something. Yep, it's the Bachmann Thomas. Looking at these two together, the shape is very much the same. It's only that this Thomas is a little bit too long, and yeah, you can see the wheel doesn't line up with the splasher, which really is bothering me. And that's probably done too because of this screw underneath to hold up the smoke box, which I don't understand. Why couldn't you just have the smoke box attached to the boiler, and then you can shorten this, and it would line up. I don't know. Bruh. The face is better, and it even has a running board like Bachmann. Well, of course, the lamp bars aren't painted, which bothers me, but it is pretty accurate. And of course, finally, we got a molded whistle and molded tail lamp. I was so excited for this model when it was first announced. I was like, yeah, the model was shown like this, and I was like, yo, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. That's amazing right there. And the side rods even are cool too. I like these. They have extra detail and they're darker. So is the couplings, which makes them look much better. There's even a tiny detail right here that no one would care about. It says, oh, the side rod is attached to here. So you can clearly see it's attached to here, which gives this wheel a bit more purpose. The original Tommy and Trackmaster Thomas didn't have that. And yet still, this is such a good model. Comparing this to Hit Toys Thomas, because I don't own a Playrail white running board Thomas. I like it. Yeah, it's almost exactly the same length. Wait, let me show you. Yeah, it is the same length. It's just taller, so it looks better. And that kind of says to me, if you were to shorten Tommy or Trackmaster Thomas and make the cab a teeny bit taller, it would look a lot like the 80th anniversary Thomas, but be more with Tommy's proportions. With that, also later I'm going to be testing it on the tunnels. Speaking of original Thomases, let's take a look at the Hit Toys Thomas I own. Now, of course, my Hit Toys Thomas is modified to have these things painted and the running board black and the underside black, so it looks more realistic. I like it better this way. Looking at it, the face is pretty good. And while, yeah, the cab details are both stickers, these are not molded. Yeah, and also the back. While it doesn't have lining on the back like this one, I do like the it doesn't have lining on the back like this one. I do like the design of the lamp. It looks pretty nostalgic, but this one is better because it's molded. In my opinion, anyways. And while I do like that you can see into the motor through the cab, so you like about it? There's no denying that it being covered up looks way better. It's all to talk about Thomas's. This Thomas is a variant, which means, oops, it comes with rolling stock. Now these trucks are very good. First off, they have molded faces, and all the detail is painted. And look, they even have rust weathering. Thomas has some weathering as well, which definitely gives a more realistic look. Not even Toby could have done that. The trucks are out of scale with Thomas. They look too small next to him, but with the Toby truck, it actually looks pretty good. Putting a flatbed next to Thomas, it looks pretty in scale. And so does this van. Wait, hold up. Will it work the other way around? Hold up, this is funny. I wanna do this. Yeah, the trucks actually do work next to Thomas. The Hit Toys one. It works surprisingly well, and looking at it now, while I do like that the trucks are long and they give that quality look, there's no denying that they kind of feel oversized now that I look at it. They look much better next to the 80th Thomas. And if you scale that down, the trucks do look nice next to the Hit Toys Thomas. I think it's just because a lot of the Trackmaster trucks are cheap, have no detail, have no faces, and have no cargo, that people just don't like them. But these trucks are surprisingly better. See, these small details make them look so much better. So, of course, it's going to go through the testing phase. Will it fit under the tunnel? Well, I saw this in the video. It does. But will it work under these tunnels? Please? It worked. Because this Thomas is taller, you think, oh, maybe it's the mold who messed it up. I mean, it's pretty tall. No, watch this. See, the culprit here is that big switch. Now, if it was sanded down just a little bit, because right here, if you were to cut it to right here, it would still be able to push my finger right there. So, all the problem is the switch and the chassis. The side rods, the running board, the face, the mold, the detail, it's all great. It's just the chassis is freaking terrible. It has locked gears, so it can't roll on its own. The wheels can't free roll. You can push it along. The wheels are not gonna turn. But I had this idea, and you could probably do this at home. The idea is, what if I take a Trackmaster 2 chassis and put it into this Trackmaster 3 chassis? That's what everybody calls it. And just so you know, the switch won't work on the Trackmaster 2, since this thing prevents it from going on. Wait, yeah, you can technically put it on. It should look pretty weird. But, like, you can't put it onto this clip. Moment of truth. Dude. Oh wait, maybe if I can get the dang chassis on. Oh. Oh, it fits. It does fit on there. But the only problem is now, there is no switch. So you're gonna have to take this off, turn it on, and then put it back on. If I get the dang chassis on. Help! Help! The chassis not going on! Help! 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 Maybe a very tiny object, but not flimsy. If I put it in here. See? It's turning. We got the ultimate Trackmaster 3 Thomas. But the only problem is, I miss those side rods so much. At least it doesn't have the long coupling. So, finally, rolling stock looks nice behind it. I'll probably do this modification to all the Trackmaster 3 engines I get. Well, whenever I run them under that tunnel, I guess. Wait, could the Hit Toys chassis fit on there? Well, kind of. Maybe with a lot of cutting, you could. Though the problem is, yeah, the running board is a part of the chassis. And on the newer engines, the newer toys, from 2014 onwards, the running board is a part of the main mold. So it's not really that compatible. That was probably done to, you know, so you can switch the chassis up, which I was able to do, but I really wish I could fit this on a Hit Toys chassis. That would make the running session so much easier. Now it's time for a running session. And when he came home, there was a really big welcome for the 80th anniversary Thomas.